This story was sent to us by an urban explorer who asked to remain anonymous. He says what happened to him inside an abandoned convent one night changed the way he sees the world forever. What he found inside was far worse than any legend. He told us that when he crossed that threshold, it felt like something crossed over with him. Tonight, you'll hear his story exactly as he experienced it. Because sometimes, the things we call legends are only sleeping. And once you wake them up, they don't let go. The convent sat far outside town, hidden behind twisted oaks and ivy-covered gates. Locals avoided it completely. They said it used to belong to a small order of nuns in the late 1800s, women who devoted their lives to silence, prayer, and discipline. But as time went on, dark stories began to spread. People whispered about a young nun, one who broke her vows. Some said she fell in love with a priest. Others said she was punished, walled up alive for her sin. A few claimed she ended her own life, jumping from the bell tower out of shame. Whatever the truth was, her ghost was said to wander the halls at night, weeping, whispering prayers that no one could understand. When I first heard the legend, I didn't believe it. But curiosity, it's dangerous. It doesn't care about warnings. So, one weekend, I decided to see it for myself. It was already late afternoon when I got there. The sun was low, bleeding gold light across the stone walls. My friend, Eric, came with me. We weren't ghost hunters or professionals, just two people who liked exploring forgotten places. We had a flashlight, a small recorder, and an old EMF meter that barely worked. The moment we stepped inside, the air changed. It was heavy, stale, like the building was holding its breath. Every step we took echoed through the halls. To our left was the main chapel, long and empty. The altar was still there, covered in dust. The stained glass windows were cracked, but when light passed through, it painted the walls in faded blues and reds. For a moment, I thought it was peaceful. Then I heard it, a faint sound from the corridor behind us, like soft footsteps. Eric turned, flashlight shaking slightly in his hand, but there was no one there. As the sun dipped behind the trees, the convent transformed. The air grew colder. The colors faded. What was once just eerie now felt alive. We set up the recorder on the chapel steps. I pressed record and spoke softly. "Is there anyone here with us? We mean no harm. We just want to understand your story." The room stayed silent, except for a low hum from somewhere deep in the walls. Then, a whisper, too faint to make out but unmistakable. We both heard it. I felt my skin prickle. Eric leaned close. "Play it back," he said. We did. And there it was, a soft female voice, 3 syllables, drawn out. It sounded like Marie. We looked at each other. Neither of us had said a word during the recording. We followed the sound down the corridor. The walls were lined with narrow wooden doors, the dormitories where the nuns once slept. Most of them hung open, their hinges rusted. But one door at the end was different. It was closed. When I reached for the handle, the EMF meter suddenly spiked to red. No power in the building, no phone signals. There was nothing to explain it. The temperature dropped instantly. I could see my breath. Then, a loud bang. A door behind us slammed so hard the sound echoed through the hall. I swear it felt like the whole building shook. We spun around, flashlight jerking from wall to wall. Every door was still. Every hallway empty. We replayed the footage later. You can see the door move, by itself. No wind, no one near it. Just force. That's when I started to feel it. that we weren't alone. It wasn't just fear anymore. It was presence. There was one place left we hadn't checked, the base of the bell tower, the place tied to the legend. The staircase spiraled upward, swallowed in darkness. When we stepped into the chamber, the smell of rust and age hit us. A single beam of moonlight came through a crack in the wall, lighting the floor where broken tiles lay scattered. I remember standing there and feeling something change in the air, like the whole atmosphere thickened. And then it happened. A cold pressure on my back, soft at first, then firmer, like a hand. I froze. I couldn't move or breathe. Eric whispered, "Are you okay?" But before I could answer, a voice, clear and right between us. To get out. Not from the recorder, not from the spirit box. It was out loud, right there. I'll never forget the way it sounded. Not angry, but pleading, like someone warning us, begging us to leave. We didn't need to be told twice. We ran. Outside, we didn't speak for a long time. I was shaking so bad I could barely hold the recorder. When we finally played it back, my heart nearly stopped. That same whisper was there, exactly how we heard it inside. "Get out." Crystal clear, and underneath it, faintly, almost hidden, another sound, like soft crying. We left the convent that night and never went back. But something about it still feels unfinished, like she wanted to tell us more, but couldn't. I've replayed that recording dozens of times. Every time I feel the same chill crawl up my spine, because I know I didn't imagine it. She was real. She was right behind me. People always ask me what scares me most about that night. It's not the voice. It's not the cold hand. It's the feeling that she wasn't trying to hurt us. She was trying to protect us from something still inside that place. So, if you ever find yourself near an old convent and you feel that cold air brush against your neck, listen closely. You might hear her too. And if she tells you to get out, you better listen. That was the true story, sent in by an explorer who's never gone back to that place. He told us he still dreams about the sound of that voice, the one that whispered, "Get out." Some places hold memories, and some hold the ones who can't let go of them. If you've ever had a paranormal experience of your own, a story that still keeps you up at night, send it to us. Your story might be featured in the next episode. Thank you for listening, and remember, when the darkness calls your name, you don't always have to answer.